I'm just looking over here for now. I'm just pulling up all the majors myself so that I don't miss anything.
Perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen too,
Yep.
and then they'll be able to follow along that way too. So just let me know which major you want to start with.
I'm just going to go start with accounting and then work my way down. How's that?
Okay, perfect.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Because the thing is too that, and I want to tell the students or potential students that are out there that a lot of people do end up changing their minds. I mean, it's okay if you think that today you want to be a, a tourism major, and then if you get started, you think, well, maybe I'll switch to accounting or business admin. That's where Kelly will come in, and she'll help with the advisement to make sure that regardless of the direction you want to take, that you're on track, and she'll help you with all those courses. But let me tell you a little bit about each of the areas. In general, I have to say business is a degree program, like a degree area that will give you a fantastic foundation for life in the workplace, life after you're done with school, and you get started with your career, because it's very foundational. So accounting, if you want to go into accounting, let me take a step back. In all of our programs within the business division, there are different types of programs, even within accounting, within business admin. There are two paths you can go. You can either get your degree in, get an AS degree, which would mean that your intention, your plan, is to transfer to a career institution, and after you get to 2-year, then you'll get the 4-year. If you opt to go straight into the workplace, if you want to get a job, start your career, you would get yourself into an AAS degree within the field that you're interested in. Now, that doesn't mean that the AAS degree courses don't transfer. They do transfer. For example, in fashion, we only offer the AAS degree and all the different fashion concentrations, but you can still transfer those courses into a 4-year, like an FIT New York or Buffalo State College, or what have you. The difference is in the types of courses that you'll take. The AAS, which is what we call a terminal degree, that type of degree gets you more ready to start working and start the career. The AS degree is designed to get you ready to be a junior in college. So there's the difference, okay? So you have a lot of decisions to make, and you don't need to jump into anything to start thinking about things. So in accounting, every organization has an accounting function. GCC, as an organization, has that function. Nonprofits, whether it's the United Way or even counties, Genesee County, Erie County, and businesses, everybody has an accounting function. Those are the people that really take a look at the money that's coming in and going out, having to make sure, that all of those are appropriately accounted for, so that people get paid, the lights stay on, and the organization continues with the mission that they're on, depending on what it is. So in accounting, you have that option again, AS, AAS. But accounting really is a fantastic area to go into. We'll see, later on as you get older, you look around, a lot of folks in leadership positions, whether they end up, running a company, running a business, starting a business, what have you, have that accounting background. It's important to have the financials, understand the financials of any organization. So that's where accounting is very, very strong. It's not for everybody, but it is a fantastic way to go. And even with the AAS degree, we've got a lot of students that have, right out of college, right out of GCC, have gone and worked for different accounting firms in the area as well. So certainly something to think about. I'm going to jump down to, I said I was going to take them in order, but I'm going to jump to economic crime, because that actually is part of our accounting program. So economic crime investigation is so cool and is so fun, right? Folks that finish up with economic crime, basically what they have to do, what you would have to do, is go and get a 4-year degree in economic crime, investigation. What it does is it is an area where people can work for the FBI, you can work for different government agencies, and it helps you understand how to track the finances in any organization. So you would do like forensic accounting. Everyone's heard of forensics, right? Like in CSI and Criminal Minds and all that. Well, they look at it from a different area. In economic crime, we're only looking at forensics, like the history of the money that's going through various organizations. So really cool. You can work for a bank. This really it prepares people to get into the area of like white collar, investigating white collar crime. So it's really very cool. It's obviously also linked to criminal justice as well, but because it's very steeped in accounting, it's in under business. So that's economic crime. So then from there, if we go to business administration, so the business admin, what you'll notice is business administration, you can take it just as a basic degree, ASAAS, and that prepares you to join an organization and become a team leader, a supervisor, and it's very broad. So depending on an area that you might like, you could use business admin to, join work for a bank and be a supervisor. You could work in a manufacturing environment. You could work in fashion and retailing and be, a supervisor. So that supervision, that leadership that it prepares you to do, it also allows you to take it anywhere you want to go. You could be in a marketing organization. You could be in a healthcare organization. Doesn't matter. So it's really nice that it gives you a good foundation. So in there in business admin, you get a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of the accounting. You get some marketing. You get some advertising if you want it. You learn about organizational behavior, which is a leadership course, and it helps you to understand how to build teams, how to lead teams, all of that. So there's a lot of variety there, and it's my background. My 4-year degree actually is in business admin, and I found it to be very, very flexible. So my interest was in retailing, and so I went into retailing. But you can really take it anywhere you want to go. So also under business admin is what we call a concentration. So supply chain management is a concentration under business admin. So what would happen is if you decide, hey, I want to explore this, what is supply chain? I'll tell you what it is in a second. If you want to do that, you're still under the umbrella of business admin, okay? And so you would take all of those business courses, but in addition, you would take the specialized courses within what they call supply chain. Supply chain is a function, again, in every single organization, okay? Whether it's GCC, the local hospital, a county government, all of those organizations have to purchase and move product around. So supply chain really teaches people about how to purchase, how to buy products, whether it's you're buying cleaner or whatever for the organization. Maybe you could work for Apple, and if you're in supply chain, you could be tasked with purchasing all the pieces that are needed to manufacture an iPhone. Okay, so it's purchasing. It's what they call logistics, which is the movement, like the trucking. What is the most efficient, effective way, to move the products? Do I book them on a train from New York to California? Do I put them on a plane? Do they want to ship? If I'm purchasing from China, do I want those folks in China to ship it a certain way, and so forth? So it's that purchasing, the logistics, transportation. It's also inventory. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard about like distribution centers. I worked for Tops for a number of years, and at the time I was also associated with their distribution center. And what they do is distribution centers are where, they're like big warehouses, big storage areas where the organization would keep whatever products they need. For Tops Markets, in our distribution center, we would have fruits and vegetables and, all the canned goods and all of the, soaps and, shampoos, and all of that was in the distribution center. And I've got to tell you, that was a huge place, and it's a big job to keep track of all of those products, and that's what inventory is, right? So tracking inventory and being able to understand, what am I running out? Should I repurchase this and so forth? So it's all of those things. It is supply chain, I have to tell you, is growing. It is high paying. We have an articulation agreement with RIT, which has a 4-year degree in supply chain. And if you'll make very good money. I believe the estimate is over $40,000 a year with just a 2-year degree in supply chain. If you get it and you enter, the workplace. If you go and get a 4-year degree in supply chain, you can pretty much double your income just with a 4-year degree. So it's very, very lucrative, but it's got to be something you like to do. You can explore. There's a BLM 101, which is the supply chain, an introduction to supply chain. And maybe you take that as an elective and you see, do I like it, do I not like it, and kind of go from there. It would still count towards your degree in business, but it's a way to explore. So that's supply chain. Then we also have under business admin, we also have something called marketing and social media. I probably don't have to tell you guys a lot about this, right? You guys are all specialists, right? Because you're on Instagram, you're tweeting and twittering all over the place, right? So you're doing all that stuff. But the reason we put it together is because organizations now really have already shifted from paper advertising and marketing over into social media advertising and marketing. And so it's important for people that are interested in that kind of thing to understand which are the right platforms, right? Who's your customer? I've been told that Facebook now is really for older folks. The young kids are more on Instagram and they're on Twitter and so forth. But marketing and social media helps you to understand what are all those platforms, how do they work. You actually end up creating websites. You create marketing campaigns for real businesses, and then you learn how to look behind to the analytics to see, if I put out this campaign in some combined platforms and social media, is it working? How do I know? If I've got company ABC paying me to do this, which a lot of our students can either start their own businesses doing this, or they can work for other businesses, what have you. That person wants to know, is this campaign really working? Am I getting the message out? Are people seeing it? And so you learn the analytics behind it as well. So it's really, really cool. So it's a combination of business, IT, which is information technology, and also communication. We've taken all three, pulled them together. It's a very, very valuable degree as well. So that's marketing and social media, lots of fun. Then we also have entrepreneurship. So you've probably heard that term before, but just to make sure, entrepreneurship really gives people the skills to go out and start their own business, run their own business. Or, excuse me, if your family already owns a business, it will prepare you to take over and run your family's business. It also is a really important and valuable degree for anyone that wants to take on a leadership role in an organization, because entrepreneurship pulls every aspect of running an organization, pulls it together and helps those individuals really understand how they all work. the capstone project in that area of study is creating a business plan, okay? So you would actually pull in the accounting piece, right, the finances, pull in the marketing piece, pull in the, the management and operations piece, and so forth. And it really helps you to see why things work the way they do, gives you a better understanding. So employers really like people that do understand, why do I need to be efficient in my work? Why do I need to save money? Where are there opportunities out there? If I work for company ABC and what we do is plumbing, what's coming up that, maybe I can explore as a new product, a new service, something to build the organization. So it's very, very valuable, but that's entrepreneurship. And then fashion breaks down into 4 different concentrations. So for fashion, you may decide that you really love fashion, but maybe you want to be a designer. You want to kind of get your hands in there and create new looks and sew and have your own line and so forth. That would be great if you've got fashion design. But you can also, if you love fashion, but that's really not your thing, you can get into merchandising management, and then from there you can get into perk buying, you can get into supervision, you can again run your own boutique or whatever it is that you might want to do, but that helps you to understand the industry and really understand the trends and how to anticipate trends and so forth. And then there's also fashion event planning. Maybe you love fashion, but you really like things like running fashion shows. Maybe you want to be kind of in the middle of the event portion of the industry. So that would be that. Or e-commerce. That's a big piece of it. I mean, just look at what's been happening over the past few months. Middle of March, everybody closed down. What happened? These businesses that had to shut down, okay, if they didn't have an online presence, they're done, right? There's no money coming in. So e-commerce and fashion is really about selling fashion online, okay? So it's for a particular organization, and it really teaches you about the aesthetics of the website and wording and copy and so forth. But it really is about selling. That's what the commerce piece of it is. So if you like working online, and you really like kind of playing with the graphics and so forth, e-commerce is certainly a very valuable, career choice as well. So that's the fashion. And then tourism and hospitality. What you'll notice there is we recently changed the name to include event management, because when we look at event planning, fashion event planning is focused strictly in the fashion industry. So you're planning events for that within that industry. There are also lots of other events going on, right, around the world. And so if you're thinking more about like maybe being a wedding planner or some kind of event planner, through maybe the agricultural, industry is interesting to you or whatever, any other event planning would go through tourism and hospitality. And tourism and hospitality is a fun degree. I mean, talk about if you love to travel, that's a great place really to kind of learn about. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry. New York State is huge with tourism, right? Lots of people coming in to look at different things. Have you been to Niagara Falls lately? There are all sorts of places that need folks that understand tourism to be able to market and bring people in and really, promote their businesses. Something that's really big, especially in this area, is agritourism. I don't know if anyone's heard of that. It's actually been around for a few years, and what it does is it focuses on the agricultural industry, and it really helps that industry to promote themselves. So I'm sure you guys have gone to, like, in the fall, you have like pumpkin farms, or, there may be an apple orchard that now has created a little shop and they sell apple pies and they sell, other things. So these small businesses really need someone to help them with their marketing and getting people, kind of boots on the ground, coming in, visiting, going to their websites and purchasing things. And that's really kind of where agriculture has shifted a lot, because they realize, they have to do more than one thing, right? They have to do more than just, plant and harvest wheat. They've really got to, promote themselves. And that's where the agritourism, or the tourism in general, comes in. But there's also through tourism and hospitality, we can maybe, Kelly can speak more to this, I'm not sure, but we have a Disney program where you can go down and actually work for Disney. You have to apply for it, but you work for them, you live there for a certain amount of time, and you get to learn their process, and they are steeped in customer service management, and they're top of the line, right? They're the best at what they do, and it is so much fun. And our graduates in all of these programs, our graduates, if they decide to go into the workplace, you can very, very easily find a job very quickly. And I know in tourism as well, we've got a lot of folks doing a lot of fun things. So I think that's it for now. Also, I wanted to tell folks that in not all the areas, but in a lot of these areas, we also have certificate programs, which only run for 1 year. So depending on where you're at, you might consider a certificate program. So those are kind of the three avenues. In addition, actually, Kelly and I later today, tomorrow, we're going to start talking about micro-credentials, because what we're doing in the business area as well is it's really, we want to prepare you to really hit the ground running when you get into the workplace. We want to help you to build your resume as well. Okay, so before you even see a hiring manager, an employer, they're going to look at that piece of paper that you've sent electronically, right? They look at your resume. If you're maybe on LinkedIn, that's one of the things we do with our business students, is get them on LinkedIn so they can start to network. But those employers are looking to see, what do you bring to the table? Like, what's so special about you, right? Why do we want to talk to you and bring you on board? In a way to make yourself stand out. And we call it differentiation, right? We want you to really shine. And so what we're doing is we're building these micro-credentials so that you can say, look, I actually, not only do I have a degree, but I also have a very important core skill. Like, one of them is in human resources. That's a leadership skill in every organization. There's going to be a couple more. Professional sales is going to be a micro-credential that's coming up. And then another one, hopefully down the road, is probably going to be emerging leadership. So we're working on really trying to help you really shine and boost, your ability to grow your career in any area that you want to go to. So I think that's it for me. I probably left a lot of things out, but are there any questions?
I don't know, if you guys have any questions, you can either put in the chat or unmute yourself and then ask away. I know Lena is very knowledgeable. Like I said, she oversees all the programs, so she has knowledge about them. If she's, for example, you need something more specific, she can always contact you later on with the specific detail too. So, and then
I do want to tell everyone, just as a reminder, if you decide that you want to earn your 2-year degree and then go into the workplace, those AAS degrees, a lot of them in my area require that you get an internship. Okay, so one of the courses is called Business 217. It's our internship co-op course. So that gives you an opportunity to work, in an environment, in a workplace that you want to work in. Get yourself in there and then start working with those folks there and learn kind of behind the scenes what's required, how things work, and start to kind of pull in what you've learned over the 2 years to see if you can start to apply it. So everybody loves the internship course as well, so I think that's really important. I know 100 years ago when I was in school, I started with my 4-year, and I have to tell you, they didn't do internships, and so I feel like I was not as prepared when I, got my first job. In my head was all this theory, but how do you make it work, right? And that's where the internship course comes in. It's really helpful. So.
And the cool thing about the internship courses too is that you're actually at the field, like getting your hands dirty. And something, if you did a really good job and the company loves you, they might say, hey, when the internship is over, they say, hey, you want to come work with us full time? Because I know there's a lot of students in many majors that whenever they do the internship, by the end, the company is like, hey, why do you want to leave? Stay with us. Like, and most of them will even like pay a portion of your college later on. So that's also a great opportunity you have by just taking that one internship class.
Right, absolutely. Leandro's right. A lot of our students then do get job offers, as a result of the internships. And in some of the areas like in supply chain management, they're growing because they're at a point where a lot of folks that are in that area are due to retire. And so there's going to be a lot of openings, and, who will the employer want to hire? Do they want to hire just somebody off the street, or do they want to hire somebody that really has a knowledge of that area and maybe spend some time with them in an internship? Of course that's what they're going to do. So yeah, lots of opportunity, lots.
Is there any questions out there? Like, if you do, just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask away. No. All right, so I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to think about it. I'm gonna let Kelly introduce herself, because once you're accepted in the program, Kelly's gonna be your success coach, and I'll let her go into details. She works very closely with Lena and her department. So Kelly, I'm gonna let you just introduce yourself a little bit, and then we'll go on while the students can still think if you have any questions besides that.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Kelly Starchuk. I am one of, I think there's 7 of us now, 7 success coaches. So we are divided amongst majors or specific populations. So like Leo said, I work specifically with the business and commerce majors. So all the ones that Lena went through, I'm here to help you in all of your enrollment services. It starts with the admissions process. We go all the way through advisement, registration, student accounts like your bill, tuition, financial aid, all the way up to graduation. So we are here to assist you in all those steps in your academic journey. I did mention, there's 7 of us. I think there's some international students on the call. So you may have already met Jenny Weatherall. So she works specifically with our international students. We have Terry George works with our EOP students, if you qualify for EOP. And then we do have a couple other coaches that work with different populations, but primarily me are business and commerce. But, again, we're here to assist. We are, we're working remotely, but we're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. We are available via phone, via Zoom. No question we can answer, so there's, all the questions we can answer. So even if it's something small and you're unsure of something, reach out to us. We are here and available. We want to make this experience as seamless as possible for you. And we want to help you be successful. I'm fortunate to work with the business faculty and business department. We work hand in hand, and I'm not being biased, but they work and they love their students, and it's a great place to be, and a great place to start your adventure in the business side of things. So I'm here to answer some of those questions too, if it's on the enrollment service part of it. Leo, I don't know if you want me to share my screen, but when you go I don't know what I have. I don't even know what I have up there though. something that might make it easier for it. Yeah, I'll get it open here for
Just,
you.
let me just, all participant. There you go. You should be able, you might be able to now. It was before that only the host was able to. So now you're good to go.
Okay.
Can I just jump in while Kelly, you're getting set up there?
Sure.
I just want to tell all the students, I highly recommend that you work with Kelly. You can work with any of the faculty, call me, we all want to work with you, but I really, really would recommend you work with Kelly because she'll keep you on track. We get so many students, close to graduation, and then all of a sudden, oops, they forgot to take a course, or, something, they took different courses that really don't apply to the major, and to stay on track, I really, strongly recommend that you work closely with Kelly. So Kelly, that's my plug for you.
Thank you, Lena.
Yeah, I second that. Like for us, like I'm the part of the admission. So once you apply, and I review all the process and make sure that you're accepted to the college. After I accept you, what we do is I transfer to Kelly, and like she said, her title is a success coach. She's there to coach you in order for you to success. So she's there from day one until you walk on stage on graduation. Her job is to make sure that you graduate on time and you register for all the classes you actually need. Because I know some students are like, oh, I don't need a coach. I can register my class for myself. And then they're like, no, I don't want to take this class right now, but that class is only given the fall. And you don't know. Now you're losing a year because of all of that. So I always say recommend work with your success coach. Kelly's awesome. I know her for several years now. So I know she's there to help you. So that's she has a good heart for that.
Oh, thank you, Lena. You guys rock. Something I just want to show you, and you may have seen this in some of the other sessions that you have attended, but when you go to our main website, this big blue help button, this is us. So you can't miss it. If you click on it, it takes you to everything that you need to know, really on the success side of it. This first one here, if you need to make an appointment with me, or if you're international with Jenny, schedule an appointment, you click right here. Is it thinking? It's thinking. Leo, you're not seeing, you can see everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you scroll down here, you'll see all of us. Okay. So depending, international is Jenny, EOP is Terry, and then here's me, business and commerce. Okay. So what's nice about this is you literally can click on the link, and you can schedule a meeting with us. If it's a 15-minute question, we can do it via phone. If it's something quick, if it's 30 minutes for a little bit longer. And then for the majority of you, if you're a new student, 45 to 60 minutes so we can get you acclimated with your My GCC account, your email, your registration. So it's to help you navigate everything, okay? What's nice about this is you will get a text reminder or an email reminder, and you can always reschedule. So it brings you to our schedules. And then what's nice is it links right up, and it gives you all the times that we're available. Okay, so that's there if you need, help. Okay. Here, if you just go back here to click on the icon, it takes you back to that page. But here's some of those other things. If you have questions about the programs, again, that Lena just went over, here's the Explore Academics, register for classes. There's advisement tools in there. How you're going to pay, there's information there as well. And then two last things I want to show you. Under forms and downloads, there's two things. This first one, accepted student checklist. So if you're new and you're attending this fall, this is a nice checklist that takes you step by step on what you need to be doing to get registered. Because of COVID, we've created this, and it's been working really well with a lot of our new students. So this would step by step on what you would need to do to attend fall, or even next year if some of you are juniors in high school. So you have that. And then one other thing that's nice to have in your tool belt, is under that forms and downloads. Navigating this stuff, is the My GCC help sheet. This is when you do attend us, everything that we show you as success coaches is on this handy dandy help sheet. So if you're having trouble navigating, this is the place to go. student accounts, advisement, financial aid, all that stuff. So it's all there. But again, you know, if you don't know, you can schedule an appointment. We are here and ready to assist. So.
Nice. Thank you. I see, even I learned a little bit. I didn't know that last page was there. So
Oh, the help sheet.
Yeah, because I had a student yesterday that asked me that. So I'm like, I went to the webpage and showed them specifically, but if I would have sent out, it would have made it a little bit easier. So thank you.
And they're all under that, on that big blue help button. And again, we're here. Are majority of everybody incoming? Or are they?
Yes, they're incoming freshmen that are here. Well, if I close my thing, but yeah, most of them are incoming freshmen.
Yeah, we will. International, a little bit different. I know Jenny's reaching out to you, but students that are not international students, you will be hearing from us in the next week. We have a couple registration initiatives coming up. We're doing some local high school registration specifically, and then we're doing GCC virtual registration days starting July 1st on Wednesday afternoon. So we're in the process of just getting the link and everything set up for that, but we will be calling you and probably emailing you. So you can sign up for one of those dates as well.
Awesome. All right, so I'll open up the floor again. Do you guys have any questions either for Lena or Kelly or myself? If not, then thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you guys taking time to sit in our presentation. Same thing for you, Lena and Kelly. Thank you for your time to sit here and present to our students. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead. They're there. We're here. If not, you're good to go if you'd like to.
Kelly, before you go, you and I are going to talk tomorrow. Did you want to talk now or you want to do it tomorrow?
It's totally up to you. I'm free.
Okay.
If we want to stay on, we can stay on.
Yeah, we can just stay on, you and I, and we'll, okay, that's good.